If you're in crypto, you've probably heard of MetaMask, which is the most popular hot wallet in the space. This is what I and millions of other crypto enthusiasts have used throughout the years to interact with decentralized finance, or DeFi. But what if I told you that there are better wallets available? I'm talking about wallets that are safer, have better security features, have better user interfaces, and have better user experiences. Well, this is where Rabby Wallet comes in. And that's why today I'm going to be giving a quick overview of Rabby Wallet. Just remember though, nothing I share is financial advice and everything is for educational purposes only. Firstly, to understand where Rabby Wallet fits, I'll give you a quick rundown of the three different types of crypto custody. First, you have centralized exchanges like Coinbase and Binance. These platforms hold your crypto on your behalf. That makes them convenient, and in some cases, they can help if you lose access to your account. But the trade-off is control. If the exchange freezes your funds, gets hacked, or shuts down your account, your funds are no longer fully in your hands. On the opposite end of the spectrum are cold wallets like Ledger or Tangem. These are physical devices that keep your private keys offline. These are considered the safest options, but they're less convenient, especially if you're active in the markets or constantly using DeFi. And that's because you need to physically approve every transaction. In between these two are hot wallets like Rabby. Hot wallets live online as apps or browser extensions. Similar to cold wallets, you control your crypto through a seed phrase, which means you have full self-custody. That also means full responsibility. If you accidentally send your funds to a wrong address or you lose your seed phrase, there's no company that can recover them for you. The upside is flexibility. Hot wallets let you quickly interact with DeFi protocols, bridges, and trading tools without needing to physically plug in a device every single time. For a long time, I used MetaMask as my hot wallet, not because it was the best option, but because it was the default. After learning about the security features of Rabby though, I made the switch and I'm really glad that I did. So let's jump into it. So to download Rabby extension, all you need to do is go to rabby.io and you'll see this page right here. And what you need to do is click on download for Chrome, and that brings you to the official page, which has 900,000 users at the time of recording. And then you just click add to Chrome. Then you click add extension. And after it's added, this will pop up. So what you could do is either create a new address, or if you already have an address, like you already have a MetaMask or something, you could do that. But I'm just going to click create a new address right here. And then it says, before you start, please read and keep the following security tips in mind. If I lose or share my seed phrase, I lose access to my assets permanently. My seed phrase is only stored on my device. Rabby can't access it. And if I uninstall Rabby without backing up my seed phrase, it cannot be recovered by Rabby. So super, super important. Then you just click show seed phrase. I'm never going to use this wallet, so it doesn't really matter. But what you need to do is write this down, or you could copy it and put it into a password manager of your choice. Then you click I saved the phrase, okay. And then you have to set a password. So I'm just going to set a password and then click confirm. After clicking confirm, this comes up, created successfully, seed phrase 1, wallet number 1. And you could change that name by clicking this little icon right here and change it to whatever you want. So I'll just say this is Rabby test wallet. And you just click this little button right here, the little check mark, and it saves it for you right there. So then you click get started. And then what you want to do is follow these instructions. So it says click the browser icon and then pin it right there. And now you can click done and you'll have the extension on your browser. Okay, so once you have it downloaded, it's very, very easy to use it. And all you need to do is click on the actual extension and then it'll come up right here. Now, here is a little tip. If you have MetaMask and you have Rabby, sometimes they will interact with each other. So it's best to just have one. So what you could do is you can right click on the wallet. And right now I only have Rabby, but if I had MetaMask, I would right click MetaMask and I would click manage extension. And then I would just turn this off, okay? And so by turning it off like this, what it does is it removes it from the little extension dashboard up there, but it does not delete your data. It doesn't delete anything. It just literally removes it for you for there. And then if you ever wanna restore it, then you could just restore it like this. And so I would do this for MetaMask and I would keep my Rabby wallet. Now though, you can see that there is a little lock right here. So when I click it, now I have to enter the password that I used when I first created it in order to unlock it. So it is important to write down not just your seed phrase, but also your password because you need it in order to log into the Rabby wallet. So I'm just going to input the password and I'll click unlock. and you can see that we got it back. Now, let's say that you already did have another wallet like a MetaMask and you want to just import everything into Rabby Wallet. Well, that is super, super easy. All you need to do is either follow the instructions that will be given to you at the very beginning, or if you created this Rabby Wallet, then you could just click on your current address, click this wallet up here at the top right, and then import my MetaMask account. You could click that, and then they have tutorials for you. So if you view the export tutorial, then this page comes up and it shows you exactly how to do it. And the cool thing about this wallet is that you can import a seed phrase, which will have all of the different wallets associated with that particular seed phrase. Or you could just import a private key if you want to just import one particular wallet. So there's a lot of different options here. There's also the options to connect hardware wallets, connect mobile wallet apps, connect institutional wallets, etc., etc. And let's say that you created a Rabby wallet and you want to add another address for this particular Rabby wallet. Well, you could just simply add another wallet from current seed phrase. And if you click that, you can see that this is the wallet that I created when I first created my Rabby wallet. And all I need to do is click add address, and then this comes up, and then I could add, for instance, this address, and I could click here and change it to Rabby address 2, and then click done. And then when I go back to my wallet, you could see I have access to both of my different wallets for this particular seed phrase, which is awesome. Now, going back into the extension, let's go over everything. At the top, you have where your assets will appear. Right now, I don't have any assets. That's why there's 0 assets here. And if you click it, then you'll be able to see all of the assets. I don't have any, once again, but you could also click on open in tab. And then if you do that, this comes up a full page view where you could see all of your tokens and all of the assets value that you have, transactions that you've done, approvals, etc., even NFTs, and it gives you a very nice layout for NFTs as well. It does say that perps is coming soon and even lending is coming soon, so that is pretty cool. You could also filter it by chain if you want. I just prefer to have all chains right there, and you could see whatever wallet that you're actually connected to. So you could have the Rabby test wallet, or if I want to see what's in my other wallet, then I will click on that and I'll see the same things. Also, you can add another address if you want to add another address here. Going back to the wallet though, let's click on swap, and swap is the feature that you see in most wallets where you can swap whatever cryptocurrency you want for another token. And there's information next to every single token, which is really, really cool. It shows you who the token was issued by. In this case, Ethereum was issued by ethereum.org. USDC was issued by Circle. And so that's pretty cool because it lends some authority, and it's just another way to know that the token that you're interacting with is the actual token that you want to interact with. Also, it tells you the price and it tells you where it's listed. So I'll just click on USDC. And we have ETH to USDC. Now, I don't have any Ethereum in this wallet, so I can't do this. But if I did, it's super easy. Plus, there is this feature right here, this scale, that lets you put in exactly what percentage of the cryptocurrency you want to trade. Additionally, at the top right, you could click on here and see all of your swap history. And then going back, we have the send function. So you could just select an address. You have the option to whitelist addresses, and it says add trusted addresses to whitelist for fast transfers. No confirmation needed next time. So to do that, you just click add now, and then you could enter the address and enter the name. So let's say that you have a Coinbase account and you have a Coinbase account for USDC on the Base network. Well, you could go into Coinbase, copy your address, and then input that right here, and then name it Coinbase USDC Base, as in the Base network. And so if you do put an exchange wallet in there, you could click the button and then choose the exchange. So in this case, it'll be Coinbase. So I'll just click Coinbase. And then to add it, you just input your password. Now, going into features that are unique for Rabby, if you scroll down on the main page, you can see that there's a gas account here. So if you click on that, it says pay gas fees for any address on any chain when you're out of gas. And you could click learn more about gas chain right here. And it says the gas account is a new way to pay gas fees. Instead of using native tokens on each chain, you can use one account to cover gas for all of your addresses on all chains. Simple, optional, and never out of gas. And this is great because when you're on the Ethereum network and you're interacting with different coins on Ethereum, you need to have ETH in your wallet in order for it to actually interact. But with this, you can have money in your gas account and that will pay your gas fees. And so that does make things a lot easier. However, with saying that, for me personally, I like to just have Ethereum in my Ethereum account. And I like to have, of course, Ethereum in my base account because you need Ethereum for both the Ethereum network and for your base network transactions. And speaking of two different networks, let's say that you have USDC on Ethereum, but you want USDC on the base network because you want to buy a coin or a token that is only on the base network. Well, what you could do is you could click bridge, and then you could simply go from your Ethereum and then click here and then type in USDC. And you'll see that the USDC on Ethereum will come up, and then you could change that, or you could bridge that to whatever network you want. For me personally, I only trade on Ethereum, Base, and Solana. I don't trade on anything else. But what you could do is just click there, and then you could type in however much USDC you have on Ethereum network, and it'll transfer it over to your base network right inside the wallet so that you don't even have to go outside of your wallet in order to bridge tokens. Of course, if you want to receive tokens, that's self-explanatory. Same thing for sending, and same thing for looking at your transactions. So if you click that, you could see all the transactions that you've had here. I just made this, so obviously I don't have any transactions. However, there's another very unique feature about Rabby, which I absolutely love, is that it hides scam transactions, which is amazing because you get so many scam transactions, and it's very, very, very annoying on other wallets how you can see all of these scam transactions, but on Rabby, they hide them. And the same thing goes for your assets. A lot of times in other wallets, what I've noticed is that I will see so many different assets that I've never looked at, I've never interacted with them, I've never bought them, nothing, right? But they show up in my wallet, and these are scam assets and scam tokens that are sent to your wallet just to get you to interact with them or to potentially scam you. That's basically the point of them. In Rabby, what I've noticed is they will filter those out, so I don't actually see them in my actual Rabby wallet, which is incredible. I love it. And when you do have tokens in your wallet, it orders them by how much value each token is worth, and it shows you all of the different tokens on all of the different chains. So you don't have to click chain by chain by chain. It shows you everything that you have in your wallet. Now, let's say that you want to buy something on, for instance, Uniswap. What you could do is you could go to Uniswap, or you could click search DApp, and it'll bring up all of the different dApps that are connected to Rabby that are official. So in this case, here's Uniswap. You could click that, and it brings up the account. Then you just click connect, and you can see right here, Rabby Wallet is detected. So I'm just going to click on Rabby Wallet, and then all I need to do is click connect. It's verified by Rabby. You could see that. So I'll click connect, and now my Rabby Wallet is connected to Uniswap. And here is another feature about Rabby Wallet, which is superior to many others. Let's say that I want to swap some USDC on the base network to another token on the base network. Well, right now on this page, I am actually on the Ethereum network, and you know this because you could click that button and you'll see the little Ethereum icon right here. So what I need to do is I need to switch to the base network, so I'll click base. But when I do this, look at the top right corner of the screen right around here, and you'll see that when I click on, let's say, USDC on the base network, it'll swap the network over to base. Well, when I do that, the Rabby wallet should automatically detect whatever network that I'm trying to use, and it should automatically switch to it. And that's a unique feature in this wallet. And if for some reason it doesn't, you can just simply go into the wallet, click the network right here, and then click whatever network that you want to go to. And yet another great feature about Rabby Wallet is that it actually shows you what the transaction should look like when you make a trade before it actually happens. So as an example, right now I'm on the 1inch platform, which I will have another video on this platform in the description below. And let's say I want to buy $5 worth of Ayuki because I really like this coin. Well, I could come over here and I could say buy Ayuki, and I could click that. And then this page comes up where I have to sign the transaction. And you could see $5 of USDC is what I'm going to be paying. I'm going to be receiving 588 Ayuki. And at the minimum, I'm going to be receiving 585 Ayuki. So I could click sign and then confirm. And it was super easy. Also, if you accidentally go onto a phishing website, Rabby has built-in tools to alert you and warn you that your funds may be at risk. And it also warns you of potential exploits and other risks. So that is the Rabby wallet in a nutshell. Now, even though I believe that Rabby Wallet is the safest, most user-friendly hot wallet available, there is one thing that it still doesn't do. If you look right here on Rabby's website, it says that Rabby is the best choice for all EVM chains. And it has all of the EVM or Ethereum virtual machine chains underneath of that. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, I like to use the Ethereum network because of the institutional adoption that it has. I like to use the Base network because I believe in Coinbase's vision that they're going to make the Base chain the main network for the average crypto individual. And I also use Solana because, well, if you're in crypto and you want to make a lot of money, Solana has really been the chain to do that. Unfortunately though, if you look right here, Solana is nowhere to be found. And that's because Solana is not a native EVM chain. And so if you want to trade on the Solana network, you have to use a different wallet. And for the Solana network, there is one clear winner, and that is Phantom. So if you want to learn about the Phantom wallet, I'll put a link for that in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.